this Volantex back up and running. So what we got here is this old servo, and this servo has horns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the horns from the servo and see if we can somehow mount them on here, modify this bit so that it kind of fits the way that it should. And I want to be able to get all the control surfaces back up and running on this thing. It is much lighter than before. I've cut off a bunch of stuff on there too because it's not really required for this bird to be in good shape. You don't really need all this extra bits inside there. It's just theoretically it's to make it tougher, but in reality it doesn't really matter because the part that really gets destroyed is that front, which is all missing anyway. So it also has a metal rod there which reinforces the whole thing. So realistically, you don't need all this extra stuff in there to make this thing fly. But again, what happened earlier was it had this motor on there. I tried it a few times, whatever, and then eventually, as I was removing the bit in there, I accidentally cut off one of the bits, and that destroyed the motor. And then I tried to put these on, and these ones are too powerful. You see the difference in size. These are too powerful. They need a much larger battery to run. And so eventually I just decided it was not a good idea to keep these. We may try those on a different bird. And this one here is now completely destroyed. Unfortunately, that was my fault, as it so usually is. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to grab these motors from this old useless drone that unfortunately was never really that good because it came in foobar. It became, it was dead on arrival, and sadly, when I tried to use it, it just wouldn't work. And unfortunately, I got it from GearBest, and they have a policy where if you don't tell them right away, I bought it I bought it much earlier, so then by the time it was supposed to be a gift for Christmas, it was too late to return it. And so, yeah, I got stuck with what you get stuck with, and that was all. So eventually what I decided to do was just keep it for spare parts, and spare parts it is very good for. Okay. So we'll just open this up real quick. It's only got 2 screws there if I don't destroy the screw. Problem with Phillips screws is that sometimes you can strip them. And I guess this is probably one of those times where I accidentally strip one of the screws. Why? Because when you want to do a live demonstration, guys, that's when things go wrong. I should have pre-done this earlier. Or we'll just manhandle it, because, that'll work too. If you can't get it done the proper way, and this thing is all broken anyway, it doesn't matter, you can just manhandle it. As I said before, this was kept for spare parts only, so long as I don't damage the wires. So let's preserve the wires here. So long as I don't damage the wires, it will be all good. It won't matter. There we go. Keep that wire out of the way while I snippety snip. Kids, never try any of the stuff that you see me do here. It is dangerous, reckless, and I am completely oblivious to common sense. Clearly. Otherwise, this channel wouldn't be where it is today. I'd have like millions and millions of followers by now, if I wasn't oblivious to common sense, right? Never mind. Somebody will get the joke someday. Anyway, let's get this up and running. Can remove this since it's not required in any way. We don't need that. We don't need this gear either. But most importantly, we just need to get this thing out. So we could just tamper with that. Oh no, there's a metal piece in there, so I'm not just going to be able to cut through. See, common sense. Common sense is something that's just missing. It's missing. We don't need this piece either. See, if I had gotten the screw driving bit done correctly, right? If I had just done that part right, then all of this wouldn't matter. But I got it wrong. All right, okay. It's okay. It's all good. We got this. We got this. Done. Look at that. So, if all is well, we should be able to just stick this in here. And looks like it is. So, yeah, that's pretty firm and strong in place. So now all we got to do is figure out the direction of the thingy-mapoodle. And then just stick it on here like we had it before. It will not interfere with this. It will not cut through there, which is perfect. So we're gonna have a good time this time. Before we glue gun it into place, I might as well just test this out and see if it even runs, because otherwise I'm just gonna waste a whole bunch of time later trying to figure that out. Yes, sirritos, auto square. Let's give this a shot. See if this works. Yeah, I'm just fixing some stuff, Julia. Julesy Jules. Julesy Jules. How's the tapping? You've been tapping well? Uh-oh, I just broke it again. Yay. Yay me. All right, let's get some more wire out of this thing. All right. Oh, the other wire just came loose and broke off completely. Okay, here we go. So this just came off. Hurrah. Hurrah, hooray. So that's not good at all because I don't know where and how that was connected in all the way down there. So oh, I see. Okay, so it's mildly bad. Let me show you why it's mildly bad. It's mildly bad because it has not severed the connection close to the thing, close to the motherboard. It has severed the connection a little bit further from the motherboard, which means there's still a chance that I won't muck this up. A very slim chance, but it's still there. Come on, get out. Okay, so if I am able to somehow grab this wire there somehow and create a bond, then it won't be too bad. But if I screw that up, then we're really in trouble. So therefore, I will be extra careful when I try to strip it. Uh-oh. Did I ruin it already? No, I think I'm okay. Ah, guys. If I had a cent for every time that I did something the wrong way and things went and broke, I would be a very rich man. Oh boy, there we go. Just go ahead and break everything else that goes with it. That's fine. That's not a problem. I can easily glue that back together. But this, if I mess up this bit here, and I don't strip it right, please, just come off, will you? There we go. All right, this is good. This is good news. And you're like, what? That's good news. You call that good news? You had to break a bunch of things that were perfectly fine, man. They were fine. And you just came over there and you just wrecked it all. And you call that fine. Well, it could have been worse. It can always be worse, guys. It can always be so much worse. Like if I had broken it like right here, that would have been even worse. And I do worse pretty well too. And I know that's not good English, but I don't care. I just don't care. Just don't care. Because I'm happy because that thing did not break in the awkward spot. So there's still a chance I could put this through there and save the day. Because the day needs saving. The day needs saving, guys. And I'm sorry, I haven't done a lot of the likey or the big ol' lives. And that's just because I've been so busy with so many other things. But I plan to do a bunch more of those, so don't worry. They're not off the table or anything like that at all. It's just I haven't had time. I will try to make the time happen. Happiny doodle. All right, so that went through. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Keep telling myself, and then maybe I'll brainwash myself if there's any brain left to wash into believing that it's true. It's true. Everything's fine. Just like Ross and Friends. I'm fine. I'm fine. But Ross, you don't look fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, Ross. You're the boss, Ross. All right, anyway. So it looks like a screw got attached to the thing over there. That's not good. Anyway, let's figure out which way this thing is going by attaching a battery. Where's the battery? Ah, my friend, the batterie. The batterie. La batteria. Seeing which other languages we can mess things up in. French is good. All right. Ooh. We got excellent power coming out of this thing, guys. So I don't know which way it's going, but it's going. I'm going to glue it on there so that we can figure out. Let me turn off the battery, disconnect the battery, and turn on the glue gun. I love this thing. This thing is great. If you don't have a glue gun, Monvict does a pretty good job. I got this at a decent savings. I think it was on eBay. And it has done some good things for me, so I can't not recommend it, right? Let's use some double negatives for the fun of it. Anyway, so while we do that, let's figure out this other problem that we're sticking with, that we've got issues with. And it's this thing here. It looks like if I cut off a bunch of things, because I usually end up having to make it work, you got to make it similar to the original. So to make it similar to the original, we just cut off this bit here. Because if we don't, this bit here is going to interfere with the other bits, and one doohickey interfering with another doohickey is never. Oh, well, okay, well, whoa, that's amazing. That's amazing, guys. How did that happen? It flicked off, it hit the wall, it came right back to its original spot. Only in the movies, guys, does stuff like this happen. Only in the movies does stuff like this happen. All right, so. Oh, well, that one did not work as well. It did hit the wall, but it didn't come all the way back. See some of that blurriness? It's beautiful when the camera you're using, because it's iPhone 13, doesn't autofocus. So then you got these beautiful shots. I love them. I love them. They're in HD, okay? HD, awesome quality, but it's HD without autofocus. Yay. You get extra points for that. You really do. Come on, Tim. What you cooking? Not what I want. Not what I want. It's not what I want. Tim, listen. Listen, buddy. If there's one thing you got to fix on the iPhone 13s is that autofocus. It's just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Do we have, oh yay, we've got glue gunnage. So while I was fixing one thing, the other thing is ready. And so we're going to do what I always do, which is muck it up. Just muck it up, man. Okay, we don't want those wires touching together because that will short everything out. So yay. Keep those two wires away from each other. Okay, you don't love each other anymore. You got to learn some self-love. Oh boy, I'm going to get some fun comments today. Self-love. Self-love, it's what it's all about. It's either about or a boot. It's one of those. But it's the self-love that really makes it. Okay. Please ignore my commentary, people. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Okay, so we got this bit here. And I'll do a separate video on self-love because nobody understands what it is. It's not what they say. It's not what they say. Self-love is important, but it's not what they say. The people that are out there talking about self-love have no idea what self-love is. And that's why I snark about it. Because self-love is important, but it's a level, it's a thing about evolution, about human evolution. And people don't understand what it is. So they say self-love. Self-love. Anyway. At some point, I'm gonna explain to you guys what self-love is. Because when you've been on planet Earth for 40 years, you've experimented with things. You kind of eventually get to the point where you understand what self-love is. But when there's a bunch of people out there talking about it and they don't know what it is. They don't understand. They don't understand. Okay, anyway. Guys, this is looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. We got this, maybe. The battery is connected in the right spot. And that is a bonus in of itself. Oh, the battery went in the wrong way. Stop it. Stop it. Get out. Get in. Is it in or is it out? All right, it's in. Now, if this thing moves forward, then we've made progress. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. We've got progress. Then we should still have proper surface in the back. So now we only have one thing left to fix, which is the other control surface, which would be this one. Now, can we get this on here in a way that it will stay? Please stay, stay, stay. We'll dump some glue in there, guys. And then hope for the best. That's truly all you can do in life. You just dump some glue in there and hope for the best. Because the worst can always arrive, right? There's no guarantee that the best will arrive. But the worst is a given. The worst is a given. The worst is a given. So you do what you can with what you've got, because the worst is a given, and the best is just what hope might give you. And obviously that didn't work at all, either because the glue is not gluing quickly enough, or because I lost the screw that I was planning to use to screw that into place. It's one or the other or both. We'll never know. You'll never know until you try. And if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. That's what they tell you that you need. But is it true, friend? I don't know. This is not working at all. The glue that I put in there is ignoring the part that I want it screwed into. And so we're going to try this instead, where I just poke it in there. Please work. Please work, please. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Just don't leave me hanging. 'Cause I can't do that. All right, it went through. It went through. Now we need to know and see if this will go through there. We're going to put a little bit more glue in there. There we go. And we'll hope that that will hold this time. But we won't know until we try over and over and over. And all we know for sure is that when we tried it earlier, it just would not. It refused. It categorically refused to stay in position. But will it work now? Let's see. It seems to be holding on better. And I like that. I like that. So now what we got to do is we got to grab this bit over here. This is the other control surface that we had and that we moved underneath. And maybe that was a really bad idea, because now we need to bend it in order to get through. Okay. No, we don't. Since the glue unstuck itself there, we might be able to move it underneath. We might be able to move it underneath there. Let's see. With a ton of luck that we don't have, because not really, not very good at the luck thing. The luck thing is really not my thing. And then the battery got in the way. And then the wires got in the way. And then life got in the way. Oh, no. I just basically had it, and then it came out. I had it, and then I didn't. And then I had it again, and then it came apart. Here we go, guys. Maybe. But now there's still one wire that might be in the way. There's always something in the way, guys. Let's disconnect the battery for a second. Give ourselves a breather. This is what we need. Is for this bit to now go in there. But will it go? The $1 trillion question, as I said before, because these days being a millionaire is not enough. It's just not enough, guys. You can't be a millionaire anymore. You got to be a trillionaire if you want to be really, if you want to be rich enough these days. Oh my gosh. Can this thing go in? No. Can this thing go in? No. I said please. I said please. I used good manners. Will you just go in? Will you just go in? If I ask you please, will you just go in? Okay, I should have done this before gluing the other piece in, right? So, if there's one thing that you should learn from the way I put things together is I did it wrong, guys. I did it wrong. I did this all incorrectly, and if it works, it is a miracle of science and technology that you would not believe. All right, here we go. So that went in. Against all odds, that went in. So now we have... Okay, so we got power. Yeah. Whoa, that's a lot of power. So we got power. Not to brag or anything, we got power. This thing won't fly. It won't fly. So we got left and right. We already had that. But now, do we have up and down? Oh, looks like we've got up and down. Beautiful people of the world. We now got up and down. This bird is back to normal in every possible way. We've got very good control surfaces. Left and right. Up and down. Up and down. Power. Okay, power to the people. Girl power, everything. We've got it all. We've just got it all, guys. And now all we got to do is glue this front pick back. Blah, 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 blah. Front. Let's glue the front pick. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I just can't. I'm sorry. Can't be done. Can't be done. Can't be said. Back to speech lessons for me. So all we got to do, as I said before, is glue gun this bit in the front back into place. Like so. Just dump a bunch of glue, hot glue in there. And squeeze gently. Done. That's it, guys. That's a wrap right there. That's a wrap. It doesn't sound as cool as a rap song, but it'll gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see what's going on. So let's put this back in here like this. Ooh, nicey. We got power. Excellent. Let's double check those surfaces in the back. We've got left and right. Better than it was when I bought this thing. And we got up and down. Up and down. Up and down. And now all we got to do is bring this to the field and go nuts. And go nuts. Look at that. It used to be a pile of poopy doops. Because it had all kinds of problems. And if now it flies better than when I first bought it, then we'll be in good shape. We'll be in good shape. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I know there are millions of you guys watching because this is YouTube. Just kidding. But if I'd made this thing on, Likey or Big O Live, there would have been lots of amazing people watching. But since it's YouTube, nobody's here to see this. But you can always watch it in your own time later on. So if you do, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. This was the repair and modifications of the Ranger Volantex 400 with a motor coming from the Skywind and a bunch of other stuff like the horns from the Tower Pro Micro Servo 9 grams SG90. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I said before, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.